Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our Discord server. There we post multiple updates a day if we actually have time and if there are things going on in the market. If nothing is happening in the market, then of course we're not gonna post 20 updates a day. There's no point in that. As you can see, Cardano is currently still in the fourth wave right here, and in my opinion we should bottom if we want to stay bullish. I don't think we should get to the 0.786 support level. Also, this extension is pretty much pointless because if we get below this high right here, which is at 84.7 cents, then we will invalidate the structure. So right now, if we want to get another high in the fifth wave right here, we need to bounce. However, if we start going down right now and if we drop below 85 cents, which is this high right here, then it's very likely that we are going in a much bigger correction, which is this second wave move down right here. As you can see, we already have the support zone on the chart for it, so if we somehow drop more, I'm expecting this second wave move down to be an ABC structure, which should look something like this. And I don't know how deep this will go. I mean, it could go to the 50% extension, which is at 56.5 cents, or the 0.382 extension, that would also be fine, and that's at 66.9 cents. Now keep in mind, this is not the end of the world, because after we do get the second wave move down, we will get a third wave move to the upside, which will be the third wave of the main third wave move to the upside. So things are about to get very, very bullish. But if we get this second wave move down right now, it's going to be okay, because at the end of the day, Bitcoin dominance is going down right now. Actually, it's going up, I'm sorry. And, you know, I'm still expecting this to close a red monthly wick, like it always does, and then what happens after that is still unknown. Maybe we will go up again in December, like we did in the previous cycle right here, or maybe we will just go down, like we did in the cycle before that. So it's really hard to say what will happen. I'm just expecting something to happen, and keep in mind, Bitcoin is still expected to go higher and higher in December, because as you know, in the previous halving years, Bitcoin always went up in December. It usually went up like 30 or 40%, so I'm expecting the same thing to happen again. Now, of course, you cannot judge what happened in the previous cycles and say that, yeah, it's gonna happen again. We obviously don't have to do the same thing again, but it's very likely that it does happen again, just because this is Bitcoin and, you know, this usually does the same thing every single cycle, and nobody seems to notice that. Well, apart from some people, you included, I mean, now you know. And we'll see what happens with Bitcoin dominance. Keep in mind, if it goes higher, then Cardano will most likely not suffer that much, considering the fact that Cardano already went up quite a lot. It went to like $1.15, so it's not doing bad. And keep in mind, not all of the altcoins pumped. So the pump that we had on the Cardano chart was not actually the altcoin season. If you look at Bitcoin dominance, it only went down like 2 or 3%. And Cardano already went up like 3x. So if we continue going down on the Bitcoin dominance chart in December or in January, it doesn't matter, then Cardano will keep putting in higher highs, and at some point we will get to the third wave target right here, which the minimum target for the main third wave, which should be in 5 waves, the minimum target for that is at $2.98, which is the 200% extension of this 1-2 setup right here. And that could happen very, very quickly. As you can see, if you look at when that happened in the previous cycle, it happened, well, it ended in February of 2021. So this could be very, very fast. And as you can see, in the third wave of the third wave in the previous cycle, we got above the previous all-time high right here. This is the 100% extension of that all-time high. And then after that, we had a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up, and that put us above the 1.618 extension of the previous all-time high, which was at $2.16. And right now in this cycle, if we want to do the same, first we need to go above the previous all-time high of 2021, which is at $3.16, and then we have to get a correction in a fourth wave, and then a fifth wave should put us above $5.30. I'm not sure if that will happen. I mean, we only have one cycle to judge this on, so this obviously does not have to happen again, but forget about Cardano. If you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin does the exact same thing every single cycle, and if it's going to do the exact same thing in this cycle as it did in the previous 2 cycles, then of course Cardano will do the exact same thing that it did in the previous cycle as well. And why is that? Well, if Bitcoin goes up, then Cardano goes up, and if Bitcoin goes down, then Cardano goes down. Now that's only the case when Bitcoin dominance goes down. Now that's only the case when Bitcoin dominance goes up. If it goes down, then when Bitcoin goes down, Cardano should not go down. I also want to talk about the Bitcoin chart. As you can see, Bitcoin is currently getting a correction, but this is not a huge correction. I mean, we are still at 94k. Is anybody complaining about the fact that Bitcoin is at like 94k? I don't think anybody's complaining. As you can see, I have added a support zone on the chart, which is the support zone for the fourth wave move down. I am not sure if we will get this right now or if it's a fake out, but if we do get a correction right now, it should get somewhere in this region, somewhere between, let's say, $85,000 and $72,000. And this should happen very, very quickly. And then after that, we should still get a fifth wave of this main third wave move to the upside. And that could overextend like the third wave did, and it could even get to like $130,000, maybe even more. And keep in mind, there is a chance that the third wave right here is not even in, and this is just a fake out, so be very careful about that. We could easily break above all-time highs again, and it would not surprise me. Also, look at the 4-hour RSI. It's exactly where it was down here when the price was at like $66,000, so maybe this just confirms that we will keep going up. As you can see here, we also had a short-term correction, and then we just bounced to the upside, and we did the exact same thing here again, and here, and here, and here. So yeah, each time we got to the oversold territory on the 4-hour, we just continued to go up, so I'm expecting the same thing to happen again. Now keep in mind, this does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, so it is theoretically complete, but like I said, it could overextend, and if it does happen, then Cardano will most likely continue to go up for the time being. As you can see, it's already getting a short-term pump, so we'll see if this actually manages to hold, and if it does not hold, then it's going to be okay. I will just be able to confirm that the first wave right here of the main third wave move to the upside is in, and that we're heading in a second wave move down. And if you look at the monthly chart on the Cardano chart, it's at about 63 or almost 64, which is not too much, but keep in mind Cardano is only at like $1, so if we want to get to new all-time highs, we kind of have to cool off on the RSI. Now, it is possible that we break the previous monthly RSI right here, I mean the all-time high of the monthly RSI in this cycle, just because this is supposed to be a first wave move of this 1-2 setup and a first wave move of this third wave move to the upside. So that's why we have these 5 waves on the chart, and these 5 waves could overextend like crazy because this is a third wave move to the upside, so you know, this could take a while. And also I'm not expecting this third wave to finish anytime soon, so after we complete these 5 waves, like I said, that will only confirm that the first wave of the main third wave is in. Then the bear market will most likely be another ABC structure like we got over here. And then in the next bull market, things should get very, very interesting because the next bull market should be a third wave of the third wave. So we'll see if Cardano actually gets there. Of course, I'm expecting Cardano to get there, but you never know. I mean, there are multiple altcoins that just died during the bear market. So, you know, Cardano has already survived 2 bear markets. So maybe it's safe to say that it will survive another one, but you never know. And like I said, once we get to this territory right here, that's not financial advice, but you should most likely sell. You should not hold your coins and expect it to go higher and higher. Maybe it does go higher, maybe it goes to like $9 or $10. But if you bought down here, would you complain about Cardano going from like 28 cents to about $5 or $8? I mean, what I'm saying is don't get greedy and be careful because you never know when a top is in. You only know that the top is in a couple of months later. So yeah, be careful about that. And also I want to check out the weekly RSI. As you can see on the weekly RSI, we are currently getting a correction. So this is actually very, very good. And on the weekly, it does really look like we will get a correction very, very soon. And if we do, it should probably take a few weeks, maybe until the beginning of January next year, because as you know, Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin usually goes down in January of the post-halving year, and altcoins go up during that time. So maybe the same thing will happen again, and if the same thing happens again, then we should still see a big altcoin season very, very soon. Doesn't matter if it's in December or in January, to be honest. It's not a big difference, and if you have been in this market since we were down here, which is very, very unlikely, but if you have been waiting for an altcoin season since pretty much September of 2022, then I think we will get one very, very soon, and I think it will be the biggest altcoin season yet. just because Bitcoin will get to new all-time highs on the market cap and on the price. And keep in mind, if Bitcoin gets like 250k, that's like a 4x from the previous cycle, so maybe it's safe to say that the altcoins will also go up like 4x from their previous all-time highs. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. And that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our Discord server where we post multiple or at least 1 or 2 updates daily. So yeah, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.